WLR, Imro Local Station of the Year. WLR.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action here at Matchroom headquarters, we go to the judges' scorecards. Victor Laughlin, 98-93. Mark Lyson and John Latham both scored the bout 96-94. All three for your winner by unanimous decision. And still the undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Katie Taylor.
I'm after dragging Neil Gough out of bed at an early hour to have a talk about last night's boxing. So, Neil, undisputed champ of the world yet again.
Yeah, fantastic. Tough fight.
Yeah.
But as I said when I spoke to you yesterday, it was the skills was going to win him for her. Her boxing ability and her ability to move and punch as well. And that's the first 5 rounds she was excellent at that. Persoon did get close to her in the latter rounds. The pure fitness and it's just unbelievable her commitment and determination and fitness to get in there and just punch and punch and punch. No matter how good you are, at some stage, some punches will land. Yeah. But Katie again settled herself kind of towards the 8th, and I think she was a good winner in the end.
Persoon's like some kind of she's like a mix of a human and a chainsaw. The way she kind of comes at you, there's no backing down the woman. She's, as you said, like super gas tank, super fit. It's not pretty, like it's hard to watch her style, but like she's effective.
Yeah, she in all sports, anybody can get as fit as they can and beat someone who's skillful if they don't have the fitness work done. Like fitness is huge, and especially in boxing. Yeah. And you can see Katie was struggling at times with her level of fitness, as Persoon continued to attack her, and it drains you, wears you out, because even when Katie landed her clean shots and went to move, there was a punch on the side of the head or a swing or she had to weave or do another action or to avoid a punch. So you're constantly focused and on that fight for the 2 minutes, for each round for the 2 minutes. And what happens then, the concentration lapses for a second, and you've got a clip of a right hand or a left hook or something which she's thrown, because it's just relentless her punches.
I suppose it's kind of easy to forget as well, because we talk about Persoon's fitness because it is just super, but like Katie's in really good shape herself. She's a very fit athlete, and when you're taking those shots, having that bit of fitness helps you recover from it a little bit faster than what you would if you were carrying a bit of timber,
Yeah, and that's why Katie's so well. Katie's super fit too, and that's what she had to do with her, be able to move. And I said to you, it takes even more fitness and energy to be able to do and box in the back foot and move and bob and weave and roll and block the punch and get out of the way and come back with your counters, because you have to concentrate so much on that. Whereas these just walk forward and just keep throwing in the hope that something might land. Whereas Katie's fitness level had to be at the highest level, otherwise she wasn't getting through that fight.
What's it like when you get clipped and you see the punch coming, it's easier to deal with, but when you get caught unawares, side of the head, behind the ear, and you don't see it coming, what's the experience like trying to recover from that?
Well, if the punches like Persoon's punches weren't very strong last night, it just knocks you out of your stance a second, or knocks off your, you're going, I got caught with a stupid punch, and you start to drift, caught silly again, and all of a sudden you're caught with 2 more while you're thinking of that. Whereas that's the thing what it does, kind of knocks you off your stride a small bit, where you thought you might have blocked that or weaved, bob and weaved under that, and you get caught with it and you're kind of frustrated with yourself. So for a split second you stop, your concentration goes, and that's what you have to stay in. That's what the problem is. You get caught with another one after, and then all of a sudden, if 2 or 3 or 4 of them comes in, the referee is looking at you, and then the crowd get behind. If there was a crowd, it would get behind your opponent. But normally that's where Katie, a few times that happened to her, but each time she had to get back in, and you can hear the corner shouting, back to your boxing, back to your punching, back to the jab, behind the jab, then roll outside and land the big right hand. And that's what she did, in the first 4 or 5 rounds she was doing that perfectly. And I think she got it back going again in the 8th and the last round as well to make sure she won it.
We were saying it there yesterday as well, that she needs to stop, or needs to avoid even getting pulled into a dogfight. In the last round, it was boxing on the inside and nothing more. The two of them head to head, body shots. It was sick stuff. Yeah,
well, look, you have nothing left in the tank. You're in the 10th round of a 10-round fight. It's everything you've given in the last round. Persoon had nothing else but to go and have a go. And as we say, if you're in her corner, you're saying go out there and throw every punch you can and try and upset Katie and try and just take this maybe round and maybe a 10-8 round or something like that that could give you a chance of winning it. And then Katie then is there, no matter what you've done. She's done 9 rounds of moving and bobbing and weaving and concentrating at the highest. And all of a sudden, girl is still in front of you, still throwing punches, and sometimes it's hard not to get involved in a fight. But Katie can do it too. She's just as good and just as strong. She threw some brilliant body punches throughout that contest last night.
Persoon's like a kind of a female Belgian Roberto Duran or something, isn't she?
Yeah, just non-stop. She reminds me of Wayne McCullough. Now, Wayne McCullough would be far more technical and a better boxer, but that's Wayne won so many of his fights at that, just constantly, and it's hard to avoid it. And when you have fitness and you have that high level of fitness, and then you add even better skill to it, like Wayne had, it's very hard not to come out beating him. He just wears you down. And like Persoon, she the chances are she will probably wear down most boxers and win.
We've seen 20 rounds of these two women now. Would you watch 10 more?
You probably would, but I don't think Katie will. She's proved it. And I think Persoon was happy enough last night. I won't say happy enough, but she kind of accepted that she was beaten fair and square last night. That Katie had outboxed her for many rounds, and that maybe she had mentioned she moved up a weight to fight Katie, so she's talking about going back down 3 or 4 pounds back to her own weight division. And I just wouldn't like to meet her and she was 3 or 4 pounds lighter, and to keep going like that.
No, if she's against you and she's big against Katie. Yeah. Imagine her cutting down and fighting lower weight classes. She'd be huge. Yeah. Huge. The pressure she put onto you, like, you'd crumble.
And the length of her, her arms are a bit length. She can throw the punch from distance and she just keeps them going, so.
Yeah. Next one's up whenever. We'll see when Katie's next announcement is, but sure, look, we'll be talking to you before that.
No problem. Thanks Nigel.
WLR, Imro Local Station of the Year.
WLR.